Hey guys, welcome to Not So Random Chat, the nighttime live stream where we talk about whatever we want to. So, settle in and grab you a libation. It could be your wine or tea or coffee or whatever you want to drink. And let's just sit back and chill. I'll be with you in a moment. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, so am I. So let's get into it. Here I come. Hola, from the west side. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. It was kind of crazy in these YouTube streets. And, but we had a couple of things that premiered over the weekend. Hold on, let me come on camera. All right. Hey, everyone. Happy Monday. I'll get in here and just jump on in here. I know there's a lot going on. I appreciate you coming through, straight through, or to the replay. Either or, it's all good. So now we're going to get started tonight with reaction to the Chris Rock Netflix live special that came on Saturday night, where he gave his response to the Will Smith slap from last year's Oscars. And for my libation tonight, I have a little Pinot Grigio. Hey, Miss Mahogany. How are you? So the comedy on in the show was there were some ha-ha moments, and when he did his response, if you were watching it, there was a partial win for Chris because he finally responded. And I guess he did it as a mic drop. But if you were listening to him when he was doing this whole thing, he never mentioned Jada's name. So now, in him not mentioning Jada's name, we are still dealing with, he kept Will Smith's wife's name out of his effing mouth. So, although he responded, he still was sunned with the slap.
And he also said exactly what we told y'all when this happened, that this went back to the Oscars that most black performers did not go to, because they basically whited out the Oscars that year, and it was the last time that Chris Rock was the MC. And you know, a lot of people kind of felt a way about him continuing with. Let me pull this away from my mouth. It's just I'm like I got 100% powerful mic over here. Um, so maybe I should just soften up my voice. Maybe that'd be better. But that was the last time that he had done it, and he admitted that this is going back to what Jada said about him hosting back then. So I'm just gonna be real. It's some Mitch energy coming from both sides, because that implies that Chris knew exactly what the F he did when he made that remark. Now, he did not expect Will to respond the way that he did, but he knew what he was doing, and so, and his mic drop moment, in my opinion, was weak as F, because he was raised to not fight in front of the white people. I'm sorry, dude. I understand what you said, but that was weak ass response. Even though you did drop the mic. I'm just saying. Let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah, the whole situation was stupid. But if we think about it, in Chris's response, this was between him and Jada, and he purposely made that remark. And although everybody wants to make it about, Will was really angry with Jada, about the quote unquote entanglement, I don't think that it was that. I honestly think that he did slap Chris Rock because he made that comment about his wife, and he knew that this all went back to the previous Oscars that Chris was the host of. So the whole situation was personal. The joke was personal, which is why the slap was personal. Thank God, Will hasn't destroyed his entire career over this, but still. The fact that it took him, and I mean Chris Rock, a freaking year to come back with the response, I'm like, you should have done this 6 months ago. Yeah, should have done it 6 months ago, my opinion. Because ultimately it was two 50-something year old men in an altercation. And let me just say this. It doesn't matter if you white, black, pink, purple, and you're in your 50s, it looks the same. It looks like two old men in a scuffle. Two old men in a scuffle. And that's what it looked like. And, yeah, Will Smith is bigger than Chris. Okay. But you should have responded earlier. And your whole routine talking about them and not saying her name simply proved that he made his point last year. Because you kept his wife's name out of your effing mouth. I don't know how else to say it. It is what it is. That's what I feel. So that was on Saturday. Creed came out on Friday, and I talked about that a little bit on Friday. Hopefully people got to see it this weekend. The movie actually has already made history as the first sports themed movie to make $100 million the first weekend, which means that Michael B. Jordan broke some records here. And although this is an evolution within the quote unquote Rocky, story, it's not about Rocky. It's about like the next generation. And it's the third one, and this one, Michael B. Jordan had a more active role because he was a producer on this one, so he got producing credit on this one, so that's good. I liked the movie personally. I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it showed a different side. Like I said on Friday, I was pleased that this movie mentioned the other freaking kids that Apollo had, because in the previous two movies, if you didn't know the history of Apollo Creed, who is supposed to be the late father of Adonis Creed, then you would think that this kid was an only child and that he didn't have any children with his wife. But in this one, although they don't appear, they're mentioned, and it's mentioned that the relationship with them wasn't that good because they didn't really accept him. And then you also get the impression that out of all of Apollo's kids, his kid with the side chick is he's the one who has accomplished the most, but you also find out about the damage, the emotional damage and damage that was done to him as a child who went through the foster care system, because he was in foster care before he went to live with Apollo's wife, played by Felicia Rashad. Felicia Rashad did an excellent job in this movie. Tessa Thompson did great in this movie. Playing a deaf woman, and I don't know if the child actor that they had played their daughter is really deaf, but the child plays the role excellently, and it's really good with Sign. Um, probably was a probably was a deaf actor who played the daughter. I mean, if you've seen the previous movies, you know that his daughter was born with the same hearing disorder that his wife, played by Tessa Thompson, has. So let me turn this down because y'all can't hear it, but I can hear it, and that's just my monitoring. It's just loud, and that's because I have this excellent mic, which is yeah, the Oscars so white situation, exactly. Speaking of the Oscars are this weekend. My soror Angela Bassett is up for Best Supporting Actress. Um, this is the first time that she is nominated for an Oscar since she did What's Love Got to Do with It way back in 1994, which is like 29 years ago. You know, no nominations when she played in Malcolm X, and in the other movie that she was in, where she also played Betty Shabazz, because she played Betty Shabazz in 2 movies. Yeah, for none of the roles that she's done over the years has she been recognized by the Academy. I'm hoping that she gets this one, because you know how few and far between it is that women of color are nominated, especially since this genre of movie does not get a lot of Academy Award nominations. For the superhero movies, Marvel and the DC movies, you know, you might get things like soundtracks, but the acting in the movies rarely is given that kind of recognition. And if she wins this Academy Award, it will also give credence to the acting that is done in this genre of movies. You know, so I'm hoping that she does win. I'm hoping that it is her night. You know, I really, really am. I think it's going to be an interesting Oscars, though. I do. Because there's roles and actors that I feel should have been recognized that aren't recognized. So, you know, the sad thing is that there's always like a limit on how many black actors are nominated in a year. You know, I think the last time we had something that was like golden was what, when was it Halle won and then Denzel won in the same night or something? Yeah. But we don't get our folks, people of color, and that's not even just black people, just anything that is not palm colored being nominated, because other than palm colored don't get the same opportunities, except for in films that are written by us, for us, and many of those films do not even get considered for the Academy Awards. They just don't. Hey, 1SP. So, it's going to be very interesting. Now we're like a few days into Women's History Month. I do have some women's history content that I'm going to be um, doing, like with artists like Selena, because that also covers Hispanic Heritage Month. Um, and then, you know, I'm also going to talk about. I think it'll be out tomorrow, y'all. I'm not going to promise, but I think it's going to be out tomorrow. Infertility and Black women. Um, but I'm going to look at women who have made history, like someone who we just lost recently. Katherine Jackson, the one who Taraji P. Henson played in Hidden Figures. Her and the other ladies are historical figures, women in history. All three of them. I could talk about all three of them, doing Women's History Month. Since I didn't get an opportunity, I didn't really do a whole bunch of content on Black History Month because, my filming device right here was broken. It's no longer broken. So, I'm doing my filming on it, and I'm then, uploading it to whatever platform I want it to go to, and then I'm just deleting it off of the device. I'm not even going to be, I can't hold all this stuff on the devices anymore. But I think that this is the month where we're going to be going ahead, and we're going to go ahead and get our the Mac. As you guys know, I've been taking donations. Like last month with my Cash App, and using my funds that I get from my YouTube channel to put towards the new computer. I'm not going to get a MacBook this time. I'm just going to get a full blown a Mac with a tech storage. And then if I want to store some stuff, we'll store it on there, or we're going to store it on a little hard drive that we're going to have attached to that. And then that way I can do all my iMovie stuff and all my edits and everything, and I can do all that stuff on there. And even though I have all that stuff on my phone, I don't have to always do it on my phone, or I can do it on the phone and then transfer it to the freaking computer. So, I'm happy about that, even though I am going to be upgrading our phone as well to having a tech of storage. I don't know if I'm going to do that this month or if that's going to be next month, because ironically, my phone is going to cost me more than my computer. Because why? Because a phone is a handheld computer. That's what our phones are. Our smartphones are handheld computers. Hey, Zero! Happy Monday. So those are things that I'm going to be doing to do some upgrades and everything. I think once I do that, then I'll probably start using the camera that I have when I'm doing a live, even though I never, right now I just use the camera on my computer. But I do have a camera, and I've got everything to connected and everything but I just haven't used it. So we're going to start using that, and I'm probably going to use it for vlogging as well, to help with some of the vlogging. So all the vlogging is not going to be on my phone, just to try to upgrade some of the quality of my content as far as the filming quality of it. You see what you guys are saying? Yes, I am. I'm looking at that as well. Like, see, last year I talked about Celia Cruz, but Celia Cruz is not like the only historical Afro Latina, and so I'm that is my going to be what I'm going to be looking for is I love Selena though, so I have to talk about Selena. I have to, that I mean, if she was still here, she would be in her 50s. Y'all realize that? She wasn't that much younger than me. Let me see. How old would Selena be if she was still here? Let's see. Selena. Tella. Let's see. Quintanilla. Oh, I spelled it. What? What year is she born? I forget. 71. Yep. So she would be 50. She would like be turning 52 this year. I knew she would have been in her 50s. Yep, she would have been in her 50s if she was still here. Isn't that crazy? There's a lot of artists that died in their 20s that will be in their 50s now. Tupac would almost be 50. I forget what year was he born. Tupac was born in 72? No, he was born in 71 too. So he'd have been in his 50s too. He'd have been in his 50s. Biggie would have been in his 50s. Let's see. Left Eye. What year was she born? '71 too. She'd have been 52 now too. Isn't it? It's like all of them would have been in their early 50s, except for Aaliyah, because I think Aaliyah was born in '79, so she would still be in her 40s. I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Let me see. What year was she born? Yeah, I think she was born in like '79. I'm pretty sure she was born in '79. Yep, she was born in '79. So she would still have been in her 40s. She would be in her early 40s. She was like only a couple of years older than Beyonce. Because Beyonce's how old is she? What, 41? She's going to be 42 this year. Because she was born in '81. Contrary to people trying to make that girl been born in the '70s. Stop it. She's light skinned, so y'all know when you're light, bright, damn near white, your skin, even though you have melanin in it, it's still you still age more. You'll get the wrinkles and stuff more than a brown girl like myself. I probably won't get wrinkles until I'm like in my 70s or 80s. No, probably not even my 70s, because we're in our 60s now, and we don't have no we have no wrinkles. We have no wrinkles. So I don't know, because my dad is in his 80s and he doesn't really have, he don't really have wrinkles. I mean, he has like the little squinch lines around his eyes from laughing. But yeah, we don't, but that's just, my skin, because there are people that are in my same skin tone that do have, it just depends, because I don't look like your norm, your regular 60-year-old. I don't. I recognize that I look younger. I recognize that. Heck, I look younger than some people that are younger than me. I really, really do. And even if I did not, wash the gray out of my hair, I still would not have a head full of gray hair. I would just have like a little gray around the temple area. And then most of my gray is like literally in the middle of my hair. And I've had that majority of my life because I was born with gray hair. So, and if I was going to go straight salt and pepper, I'd have already done that. Like back in my 50s, because my mom, rest her soul, yeah, her hair was beautiful, yeah, heavy on the salt in color when she got to her 60s. But that's not me. And before the end of this week, my hair's going to be purple. Yeah. I've decided that we are dyeing our hair purple, not just braiding purple, and I'm going to just dye the freaking hair purple. And yeah, we're just going to deal with it. It's going to be purple. If I don't like it, then I'll dye it back from purple. I got one of the all-in-one ones, so I'm pretty sure it's going to lift the color. It's going to lift the color somewhat, and I know my hair does not like color, but yeah, I want to see what I look like with my own hair being purple. Yeah, it's still gonna be braided, but I want to see the purple from the roots. I just want to see my hair purple, and I think if I like it purple, it's gonna stay purple. It's gonna stay purple. So we're just trying to see. I'm an old woman. I have purple hair, but yeah, this hair that I have in here is coming out, y'all, because it was nice doing the goddess curly braids and everything, but they're heavy because they're long and they're heavy, and the heaviness, I only would wear them certain ways. I don't like how I have it up on top of my head right now. Normally, I just would only put a little bit of it up and just wear the rest of it down, because it was just too daggone heavy to have all that hair up on top of my head, and it was too much for me to like wrap it up in a ball up on top all the time. So I only did that a couple of times. So, I liked it, but it'll be a minute before I put them in my hair again. With the straight braids with the tied on curly hair or the curly ends. Yeah, it'll be a minute because the curly hair was added to the straight hair. It was, yeah. We're not doing this again for a minute. We're not doing this again for a minute. But I did get this wrap that is in my hair, and I'm not going to take it out. It's very expensive. I'm gonna tell y'all that. But I am supporting uh Snoop and Shawnee because this is their silk head wrap. But this thing costs like $15 for silk scarf because it's Shawnee. And I mean, this ain't a Jovi Beauty scarf from Africa, okay? But I did add it to my collection because tomorrow is probably going to be a head wrap day. Um, if I take these out tonight, if I don't take them out tonight, then tomorrow evening will be, yeah. Then Wednesday will probably be a head wrap day, but it's going to be a head wrap day one day this week because, yeah, we're not going to. I'm probably going to dye my hair one day and braid it on a different day. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. So we're going to see. We're going to see how this works. Y'all will see it. It's coming. It's going to be interesting. So now I've been watching the madness over the weekend on YouTube. And with the different sectors, the Mo3 sector, and then of course, Jaguar Wright Johnson up on this, just showing her behind. And I've only talked about her a little bit because as I said in my short today, she's a content creator that she's someone who used to be famous. If you weren't listening to stuff in the early 2000s, you probably don't remember you don't remember her. She had one or two CDs. She was put on by the Roots, just like Jill Scott. But from all of the things that you can see, Jaguar is Jaguar's worst enemy. Jaguar clearly has some stuff going on, and I'm not a psychologist, but she needs some type of medication. But whether she has medication or not, she knows exactly what the F she's doing. She's doing all of this stuff, blowing up her marriage, but she doesn't want it. But she's not thinking about the consequences. Her husband's pretty much done. If he take her back, if he takes her back, y'all, something's wrong with him. I'm hoping that she gets the help that she needs. It appears that he's trying to have her committed because he fears that she may harm herself or others. And now she's lying and saying crazy stuff like he did something to her car I'm just she's saying all kinds of nutty stuff. And it looks like Sean, Davy Way, and King Payne are just over Jaguar. And they're gonna be doing their own Surviving Jaguar Right videos in the not too distant future. That's what it looks like to me. Because homegirl got issues. And I can't believe nothing that comes out of her effing mouth. Like nothing that this woman says can I believe. Nothing. Now, the other stuff that I've been seeing floating around, down here, has been some interesting behavior by mothers. And it's been implied that most of these women are single mothers. I don't know if they are or not. It really doesn't matter. But it's just interesting the behavior that they're portraying on here, and then they're like, folks are getting doxxed. Y'all seem to have folk on here seem to have a propensity for always bringing up who has gone to jail and who has not. Like, and the funny thing about it is that a lot of these people who have quote unquote gone to jail also are educated people, like they went to college and stuff. Or they're entrepreneurs and have their own businesses and whatnot and are successful despite having gone to jail. But y'all want to talk about the fact that they went to jail. And then it appears that y'all are bringing up charges, and then you're not even bringing up the right charges, or you're bringing up somebody who has a similar name to them. So now you're doxing somebody else in your efforts to dox another content creator. I mean, I'm glad that, knock on wood, I've never been arrested. Because y'all are on some bull. And thank God my son is an adult. So no one can threaten me with CPS. Because y'all seem to take pleasure in calling up Child Protective Services. And here's my thing. Regardless of what we see people do up on this platform, which is for entertainment purposes, that is just a slither of their life. Even if they're up on this platform for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day, which, Lord, I don't understand how y'all could do that. I am not going to do any lives that are going to be going longer than, I think the most I'm doing now is maybe an hour and a half, if that. People are not going to sit there and listen to 5 and 6 hour lives. I know I don't. If I go listen to somebody's live and it's 5 and 6 hours live, I'm red balling through that sucker to find out what they're talking about. I'm not gonna sit there and listen to all effing 5 or 6 hours. And if you're on here all them hours, clearly you ain't got no job. Now you might see me in people's chats during the day, you know, and I may be listening, but I, you know, this is not my only stream of income. And if it was my only stream of income, I still wouldn't be on here all damn day live. You don't even make as much money from YouTube being in these long ass lives, okay? People who upload content, the 10, the 10 to 15 minute content that people, that's what makes people money. That's why generally when I'm trying to upload my uploads, I try to have my uploads within that little sweet spot of between 8 to 10 minutes. And really, they would love it if you make it at least 15 minutes. They really want to see like 15-minute videos. That's really what YouTube wants for advertising purposes. But even if you are monetizing 5 and 6 hour lives, people who come through on the replay gang, they're not. First of all, they're red balling through. Nobody's listening to every single thing unless they're gonna report back out on her or they screenshot stuff. But us regular listeners, we're not doing it. Mm-mm. And shouts out to the content creators who know that they put out a long ass live and gives you like minute marks for everything so that you can just go through it and go to the minute marks of what you're interested in. Shouts out to those content creators. But the rest of y'all with these 5 and 6 and 7 hour lives, the F is wrong with you. Who do you think is listening to all of that? Even the audience that's there is in and out if you're on for that long. Surely nobody's sitting up here for 6 and 7 hours listening to you. Well, they could be, because most of the people in the listening audience, a lot of them actually probably have jobs. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Very rarely will I just pop up live during the day, because if I pop up live during the day, I'm gonna pop up live while I'm at work. I'm working. So yeah. I mean, do you ever want to sit here and watch me work? Because I can't show you the computer screen because it's PPPI. People's personal information. Is it PPII? I forget what it is. But anyways, it's their personal information. Because, I work in finance. I see very personal information. I don't remember none of it, but I see it. I just check to make sure that everything's in there accurately and that, the product is in compliance and that it's, in the best interest of the consumer. So we don't have another Big Short, because we are on our way. Let me just say, we are on our way into another recession. Don't let them tell you anything else. When you see food prices and everything going up, now gas prices are they're just but food, rent, house prices, interest rates, everything going up. But people are not making more money. Like many people are not getting, coming out of the panorama. You know, many people are not getting increases on their jobs. hmm They're being paid the same that they were paid last year and the year before, if not less than they were being paid before. hmm Many people are working multiple part-time jobs to make a full-time job. So yeah, we are on our way into a recession again. I mean, gone are the 2, 3, 4% interest rates on first mortgages, and they're more pushing towards 6, 7, 8%, and then the reemergence of second mortgages is out there again. hmm But we won't be having any more of that stuff. Those nasty stated loans that everybody in the world could get before the Big Short. That won't be happening again. You know, I don't talk about it a lot, but hey, Queen of the South, but this is what I do. I I've worked in all different aspects of mortgage lending. hmm Have done some loans for very high profile figures, you know, at various stages in my career, you know, s- and have been very pleased to see when I would see these, you know, high profile figures that were people who were people of color like myself, that our stuff was in order, that we had good credit, and that we had plenty of assets, and our money was long. So you're giving details. Back in the day when Babyface was Babyface and LaFace Records and all of that stuff, uh, my line sister, my line sister, who is the only black woman I know who was a certified financial, you know, that thing that the homeless homosexual lied and said she was, um because she has, my sans has a PhD in accounting. Yeah, she used to be the accountant for LaFace Records. hmm And I did, I had to underwrite and, second sign and off on a loan for Mr. Babyface and his wife at the time, who's now with, who's she with? Deion Sanders, yeah. And I'll just say that the amount of money that Babyface was making back then per month would make you mad. That's all I'm gonna say. It would make you mad. It would make you mad. But you would be happy that that a black man was making that kind of money. Okay? And a black man was making that kind of money. But it would make you mad. Cause you'd be like questioning, like, what did I do? What did I not do that I should have done? And yeah, his loan was a full doc loan. And full doc means corporate tax returns and personal tax returns. And yeah. And and it was like a 5% loan to value. On a multi-million-dollar house. It was just like, but over the years, the majority of the people that I did that were in the movie or television or music industry, most of them had good credit. Come on through. Come on over here. Here comes David, y'all. Say hi, y'all. Say hey, everyone. Yeah, my son. He looks like me sometimes, but right now he's looking like my dad and my brother, and a little bit like his dad. That's right. Jumbo loans. That's right. Jumbo loans. Yeah, yeah. Let me just say that that back then he didn't need he didn't need her income. Yum yum. You know, that was just like, yeah. It was all based on him. Her income was just it, and there's a compensating factor. Just a compensating factor. You know, yeah. I'm like, like I knew that Damon Wayans was getting divorced before anybody else knew that man was getting divorced. Cause yeah, he was refinancing one house and purchasing another place as a second home. You know, and it's like, and I'm thinking, I said, do y'all really think? Never mind. It was interesting, but I mean, those type of loans went to this. Those types of loans went to like a committee because I had large signing authority, but I wasn't. I didn't have like $5 and $10 million signing authority. They was not going to give the little black girl that kind of signing authority, but I could sign off, over $1 million, but I couldn't sign off on no $10 million loan. you know, but it's like after the underwriters underwrote it, it came to me as the underwriting manager, and I had to present it. So that's how I got to see all of those things. But that was an interesting time. But yeah, now I'm on the other side of it, on the back end, making sure that we don't have another big short. Yeah, we don't have another big short. So did I lose my music? I think I did. Let me see what happened. Let me see. Only turn it up. Okay. It just went down really low. I don't want to make it that loud though. Okay, turn it back down. I just noticed that the music wasn't there anymore. Oh, like I just noticed it wasn't there anymore. Yeah, I couldn't hear it. That's what it was. I couldn't hear it. Like on my end, you guys can hear it, but I can't hear it. I don't know. It's probably because it's time for me to get my butt up off of here. So I'm getting ready to get off of here. I will be back on tomorrow. Well, back on Wednesday because tomorrow's Tuesday. I'll be back on Wednesday with more live content. Um, look for infertility and Black women. Should be out tomorrow. Hey, Rico. Sorry, Nightbot hit you, Rico. Nightbot does not like spam. Does not like the. I still have to listen to one of my other fellow content creators has a video on how to correctly program Nightbot so that I can keep Nightbot from timing people out unless I want them to time people out. And I haven't had time to go listen to it because we're doing other stuff over here. You know, but oh, before I forget, in addition to getting this computer up in here so that I'm not using my laptop for my StreamYards, I will also be getting my freaking gaming chair because it'll make it much more comfortable sitting here in front of y'all. So that should be here sometime this month. I'm going to be ordering it this week. I'm going to be ordering that this week. I'm trying to order it in a black and purple, of course, because purple is my favorite color, as y'all know. That's why I'm DC the Purple Diva. Why else would I be called that? Anyway, you guys, let me get over here to let me find my outro. Where is my outro? Okay. And I got to figure out I'm going to do a modified thing because I need to start pumping up my membership, and I'm going to start to do things for it. So I'm going to do a shorter version of that long of the commercial that I have out that I'm going to upload so that I can start playing it during my lives and start pumping up so I can get my membership up like some of these other people do. But I also plan on starting to do some things for the members, and eventually just put out members only content, or content that is out to the members first before it's out to other people. But that's why I want to pump up the membership so that it's a good number of people that can watch that stuff. And I'm gonna go in there and make sure my prices for my memberships are good and coincide with what I want to do. So we're gonna be doing that, and we're also going to be open up our freaking Teespring store very soon with some t-shirts and some mugs and some other stuff about the artsy autism wow. So we're gonna get it together, y'all. I got to just get all of my streams of income together. While in the background, I am working on getting my freaking life insurance license. And after I get that, I'm going to get a mortgage license and a securities license. So yeah, we're trying to get all of the things that we need to have in place so that we can have multiple streams of income easily coming through. And once I am licensed, with securities and with the life insurance and everything. I'm going to be starting to talk to you folks about getting life insurance if you don't have a life insurance policy. And I'm not talking about the life insurance policy that you get at work. I'm talking about a real life insurance policy. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all live on Wednesday. I'll see y'all in these YouTube streets. Look for content out tomorrow. And peace and blessings from the West Side. The purple hair should be in sometime this week. I'm out, you guys. Peace. Bye, guys.
Well, guys, that's it for tonight's Not So Random Chat. But I'll see you guys the next time. Until then, peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out.